Welcome to the Mile High webinar. This is Dr. Daniel Knowles, and I am grateful to be here with you and our special guest. And before I introduce our guest, who is one of my favorite people in chiropractic, our Mile High webinars are all saved in our Mile High membership area. So you can log in and see all the past ones there. So I highly recommend you do that. Also, August 22nd to 24th is our next Mile High event. And that's in just outside Denver in Westminster, Colorado. Beautiful location. It's going to be outstanding. And we have an incredible lineup of speakers, including our special guest. And I'll tell you some of the things I love about Jean-Marc Slak, and I'm so grateful you're here with us, Jean-Marc. Some of the things I'm grateful for is this gentleman, he's one of the unsung heroes in chiropractic for sure. First of all, he has a television show, The Power of Life TV, which I've had the honor of being a guest on, and so many other people have. Also, he's an outstanding practitioner. His patients and practice members love him. He's highly involved with the Mass Alliance. He serves chiropractic on a state board. He's highly involved and it does so many things. And one of the things also that we've just discussed is that when someone is a chiropractor, they also tend to be an expert in everything else in the world too. And Jean-Marc he's an expert in chocolate, and he's an expert in food. And so I love him all around, and I'm grateful you're here with us.
Well, thank you. It's very kind of you. So, and indeed, I'm just finishing my chocolate. It was really good.
So, Jean-Marc, let's have people get to know you just a little bit before we go and delve deeper. How did you find your way into chiropractic?
Well, I started pretty young. I was 13 years old when my mom took me to the chiropractor, and it's pretty vague to me at that point. I had a seizure disorder. I had multiple seizures every day. I had all kinds of learning issues, and so, in terms of schooling, in terms of social life, in terms of, I was a wreck of a kid at that point. And by some, miracle, there was a chiropractor in my town, a small town in France. There was very few chiropractors in the whole country, and there was one. And somehow she figured out it would be a good idea to bring me there. And all that stuff just went away. And it all cleared up. And at that age, I can't say that I went like, oh my God, chiropractic blows my mind. It was kind of like, my mom took me, I did that, and well, my life improved. I was happy, but I didn't really put much weight into it. What happened was that when it was time for me to pick a career, I was really at a loss as to what to do. And my mom again arranged for me to go and shadow my chiropractor for a couple of days. And I was 18 at the time, and I followed this man from patient to patient to patient to patient, and that truly was a mind-blowing experience, because I got to see him put his hands on people who were experiencing massive changes in their lives because of being being there, because of having something happen in their body that was dramatically extraordinary and different and powerful. And on top of that, this is being France, the guy was taking 3 months off a year. He worked 3 days a week. He was having a pretty nice living. I was like, oh, that's what I want. On a practical basis, I really was, my interest was really peaked. And he sent me home with a mimeograph French translation of a little book that I know called The Triune of Life. And so I went home with all of these extraordinary experiences churning through my mind and my heart. And I sat down and I read The Triune of Life. And Danny, when I read that, the world fell into place. All the pieces of puzzle matched, and my life was committed, dedicated from that moment on to being a chiropractor.
Wow.
Complete 100%.
That's amazing. You know, as I listen to you, there's something that's been bubbling up in me that we've all, obviously, I know you take care of children. I take care of children. It's very important to take care of kids. And I've always said it, part of it is that we want to change the next generation's view on health. But I'm really realizing more and more when I speak to chiropractors like yourself and like me. I had my first chiropractic care as a teen. And so a lot of the future chiropractors are the ones that go as kids, like yourself, that go as minors, because if they're going to get into a career mode, they're probably going to discover chiropractic more frequently before they go to college.
Right.
Not always, because we know there's people that do chiropractic as second careers, but part of taking care of kids is also these are the future chiropractors, like yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. And let me guess, you are really enthusiastic about recruiting future chiropractors to go to chiropractic school, right?
I am. I want people. The world needs more chiropractors.
Absolutely. Me too. I put up events in my office a couple of times a year to recruit for chiropractic students. And what I found, and I've been doing it for a few years now, what I found is that my most successful place to impact people, to impact those students, those future chiropractors, is that people who are in the last year of high school. Because they are really making their career choice at that point. And I've found that those young men and women who are finishing up high school are much more likely to actually continue on and pursue a chiropractic career, even if it's they don't get into college until a year or two later, because they need prerequisites. That's much a higher return on my investment of time and energy than trying to hit college students. Second best is second career people.
Yeah. Well, and here's the thing. The world needs more chiropractors, plain and simple. The world needs more chiropractors, So I'd like to ask you, you're involved in so many things and you're such a wealth of knowledge. What are some of the things that you feel are essential for people to have an outstanding practice?
Well, I grew up in chiropractic with DE, with Dr. Sid. And one of the things that he said, and it certainly took me a while to really comprehend what he meant and the depth and the breadth of the statement. One of the things he said was that you must accept chiropractic in full faith. I have to say that is the missing ingredient in so many otherwise excellent chiropractors. People who can do it just, people who can articulate the message, people who can, who have done their homework. But I think that one of the ingredients that's missing from so many of them is just that idea that you have to accept chiropractic in full faith. Not only do you need to have the technical certainty, the skills, the educated aspect, but you really need to just open your heart and say, and just accept the message of chiropractic. Everything I do, and I keep it actually on my computer, is I look at the major premise all the time. Universal intelligence in no matter continually gives it all its properties and actions, thus maintaining it in existence. Don't go any further. Just work with that. Just work with that. And if you lead your life and make your decisions based on that one principle, everything flows from there. This doesn't apply just to health and subluxation. It applies to everything in life. The major premise is all-encompassing. And I think that when we look at our practices and success in practice, we aligning ourselves, founding our decision making from that is really important. So accepting that in full faith, just say this is the way it is, and everything I do is based on that. Is really, I think, a missing ingredient for so many people.
And I couldn't agree with you more. One of the things that breaks down to me that I've been feeling recently is it's trust. And really, when you're in a real chiropractic paradigm and practice in life, there's trust. There's trust for innate. There's trust in the human body capacity to heal. And allopathy, whether it be in whatever profession it's in, an allopathic paradigm is there's fear. There's fear and there's a lack of trust. And the closer you get to the chiropractic paradigm, the more trust you have.
Right. Yeah. I just had before lunch, this young woman came to my office, and she's a month and a half from giving delivery, and so she's really pregnant, and she's so afraid, and she has the OBs who are telling her, well, you can try to have a delivery, a normal unassisted delivery. But really, you got to think about, a C-section is going to be a lot easier on you. I mean, talk about total absence of trust, and I looked at her and I said, do you think that any woman ever has given unassisted birth? I mean, is that possible? I mean, could it be, she said, well, yeah. I said, yeah, how many? Oh, a lot. Yeah, billions. It's okay. You're made for that. Just trust the process. Your body's made just right.
Yeah.
So few people today really get that. When they hear that their body is made just right. I think as chiropractors, when we say that, we're giving them an awesome gift. A lot of people really just go like, that's right. It is made just right.
Yeah. And that whole chiropractic paradigm is about that. Now, when you're at Mile High, I'm excited for you to be there. I'm just thrilled that you're coming out. People are going to absolutely love you that don't know you already, because all the people that know you already love you.
Cool.
What are you going to be sharing?
Well, you're very kind, but I'm going to have to disagree with you about everyone who knows me loves me, because I've been on the state board for a long time, and I've had to be not lovable in many instances. And as much as I'd like to think it's for their own good, ultimately it's really for the good of the people who receive chiropractic care, so that you and I and people who are watching this program can have the opportunity to keep doing it, and doing it appropriately in a way that serves the people and have our patients benefit. So what I'm going to be talking about is, there's a reality of how safe and how good a group of people we are as chiropractors. And I think I'm going to touch on that. And, just from my personal experience, it's really, I think that when I share that with a group of chiropractors, I always get this real sigh of relief about the fact that we're actually okay. We're doing a good job. You're doing a good job. I'm doing a good job. Most of our colleagues are doing a good job. Even the mixers. We're all really we're really a good bunch of people. And you know what? It's time that we acknowledge that, for all the problems we may have, we are doing really great. We're doing awesome work, and the numbers show it. So I'm going to talk about that. And then I'm going to talk about some of the things that come with being a chiropractor. I'm really I'm really big on the fact that there's a level of responsibility that comes with being a chiropractor. There's several levels of responsibility as you progress into as you mature in the profession, and we all need to live up to that responsibility. Yep. Because you have people like you and Scott Garber and Liam and Dr. Peter Kevorkian and the college presidents and people that who are really playing all out and are totally engaged, totally committed, and out there. And then there are, but that's so few people. And we have the opportunity in this profession. It's a small profession. We can all grow to whatever level of success and prominence we want. We just have to want it and do it. We have to act. We have to play our cards. And B, our profession needs every single one of us to play big. Because of our, you started by saying we need more chiropractors, and that's absolutely true. And because of our small number, we can't afford to have any one of us not playing big. We all need to play big. We all need to play with everything we've got. And hopefully, I'm going to give some examples of avenues where people can go and play big, because there's definitely a panoply, a whole rainbow of places to go as chiropractors, great opportunities professionally and personally. And, everyone's not going to be comfortable being in front of camera, right? My wife, she's an awesome chiropractor. She does extraordinary things, but she hates the camera. Can't stand it. That's okay. On the other hand, I love it. But you and I are different from other people, and that's okay. But these other people, there's other opportunities that need us to step up, make the profession what we want it to be. And really, if you think about it, if there's anything you don't like about this profession, because it is so small, you have the power in your hands, in your mind, to change it. There's nothing going on in this profession today, as screwed up as it might be, that we can't change. It's all doable. It's all within reach. It just needs more of us doing it. That's all.
There are so many ways to impact chiropractic on a bigger level than our office. We want to have a big impact in our office and a big impact in our community, but as a whole, we need to impact the world more. So very well said. I want to ask you a question in closing. And also, by the way, if people want to register for Mile High, www.milehighchiro.org, you get to see Jean-Marc Slak and so many other outstanding speakers. One of the things I love about you is all your posts on Facebook of cooking. So I've got to ask, what's cooking next at your house?
Well, this weekend is Scott Garber's event, so I'm not cooking this Friday. But I have to tell you, I've been doing for the past little over a year Friday night at the Slak. So it's kind of like an open house. Let me know you're coming, so I have enough food. And I've been cooking all kinds of really, really wonderful things. Country French cooking is what I do. And actually, I have a boys' night out at the Slaks. Actually, I'm going to ask Linda to go away. And that's coming up in a few weeks. And I got this piece of lamb that is going to be so good. And we get the scotch ready. It's going to be awesome.
Well, I might have to fly out for that one.
Yeah.
Well, thank you. I appreciate everything that you do for chiropractic, and I'm really glad you'll be out at our event, and I look forward to the next time we see you. Thank you for just being an incredible light in chiropractic and lighting more candles.
Well, thank you very much. I made my reservation. I'm all set. I can't wait to get there.
Great. Well, we'll see you then. And over and out, Dr. Daniel Knowles, Jean-Marc Slak for Mile High Webinars.